Alright, I'm going to go over my zombie solo farm spec here. Let you know how I, get some AP while I'm by myself, farm up some signets, materials, money, all that other good stuff. First, let's go over my skills that I've got equipped right now. Right now I have blades and blood abilities equipped for the most part. In my active abilities, I have forking the paths. I have blade turret, clearing the path, crimson theater, guts and glory, martial discipline, and liquidation. Most of these abilities are out of the blades tree. The only two that are out of bloods are guts and glory and liquidation. In my passive tree, I have salt in the wound, blood bank, perfect storm, fortunate strike, unholy knowledge, circulation, and regeneration. Now the reason why I have these particular abilities equipped is all about my rotation. Now my rotation starts out with me running into a pack of zombies and dropping down Crimson Theater, which is a blade consumable, or a blade consumer rather, and you always have 5 blade resources starting a fight. So that drops down a AoE area on the ground and does damage over time to the zombies. The next blade ability I'm going to hit is called Blade Turret. I'm going to hit this once, and it's going to hit all 5 mobs that are around me, all the zombies. It's going to hit them for moderate damage, and it's going to inflict them because of this awesome passive over here, Perfect Storm. Every time you use Blade Turn, it afflicts the targets to do 55 physical damage over time. This is going to build up 1 blade resource, and at that point I'm going to hit my Clearing the Path. What Clearing the Path does is it does a pretty large amount of damage, AoE, to all the zombies around you. And if they happen to be inflicted, which they are because I just used Blade Torrent, which uses Perfect Storm, it's automatic guaranteed to penetrate. So with just 1 consumer, or 1 resource, you're hitting for about 1,000 on every zombie. So that's pretty good damage. From there, I'll just start spamming my forking paths. Now the reason why I'm doing this is I only need to hit the zombies maybe 3 or 4 times total before they all die and I move on to the next pack. And every time you hit forking the paths and it hits a zombie who happens to be inflicted, which again they are because of Blade Torrent and Perfect Storm, you get healed for 25 per person, and that's dependent on your heal stats. So I have 1 heal piece equipped to bring that up to 25. So it kind of helps me level out my health a little bit. Now, I didn't mention using any of these abilities over here, so they're a little bit more situational. Guts and Glory is a blood consumer, and I have nothing that builds blood resources independently. So what I'll do is the very first fight, I won't have anything to use Guts and Glory, but the next fight, on my way to the next pack of zombies, I'll have 5 blood resources built up. So this is a ranged attack that does AoE damage to all of them, and increases your if they're impaired, it increases your penetration, which is good stuff, but I don't impair them, so it really doesn't do anything good. It's just a AoE damage that I can drop from a distance while I'm running over to the next pack. And then I'll get there and go through my same rotation with Crimson Theater, Blade Torrent, Clearing the Path, and then a couple forking paths. If I'm low on health, or I pull a couple packs, I'll drop Liquidation, which does a little bit of infliction damage, a little damage over time. Not a huge damage thing, but it does heal you for 19 per every 4 seconds or every second for 4 seconds for every person standing in the blood thing that you put on the ground, which is great if you pull in a bunch of mobs. So it's a lot of little health over time that you're getting in from that. Martial Discipline is something I'll use if I get really low on health, and what I'll do is I'll pop that, and it makes me more likely to have any attacks that hit me be glancing attacks. And with this awesome little passive over here, Regeneration, it puts a pretty wicked heal over time on you, so it helps get your health up there quite a bit. Now what this is doing is it's allowing me to continue farming pack after pack after pack without actually having to stop and heal or worry too much about my health or what's going on. Now I'm just going to go over what other passes I'm using real quick and why I'm using them. Circulation is another thing that helps keep my health up when I'm fighting. Whenever I apply Afflicted, I gain a heal over time effect. Heals for me 23 every second for 10 seconds. Well, I'm applying Affliction every pack, and so this is always running on me. It's always a little additional heals over time running up on, which is good stuff. Unholy Knowledge increases damage dealt by all damage over time effects by 10%. The majority of what I'm doing is damage over time effects. I'm applying afflictions, I'm dropping Crimson Theater, liquidation. These are all damage over time effects, so increasing their damage is, always a good thing. Fortune Strike. Whenever you attack a afflicted target, you have a 10% chance to do an additional hit for 150 physical damage. Well, everything I'm attacking is automatically inflicted, so I have an additional chance to hit them for more damage. That's always a good thing. We already went over Perfect Storm. Blood Bank. Whenever you apply Afflicted, which again is every time I'm fighting something, I gain a stack of what's called the Blood Bank effect, which increases the damage dealt by your damage over time effects by 1% per stack for 10 seconds, up to 10 times. So basically this is maxed out all the time, and I have 10 stacks of 10% more damage to my damage over time abilities, which is all my afflictions, Crimson Theater, and things like that. So that's an additional 20% damage that damage over time abilities are doing. And finally, Salt in the Wound. Whenever you apply Afflicted, you deal 75 additional damage to the target. Well, that's every time you apply an Affliction, which I'm applying Affliction every time in the fight, so that's just more damage overall, hitting it up. So those are the abilities that I use while I'm solo farming my zombies. Now where I'm at is I'm in Kingsmouth, over by the airport. You can see the red circle right here, the Resurrection Point, Kingsmouth Municipal Airport, and just southwest of that, there's this hangar. And in this little area all around here is full of basically quality level 10 zombies. You're going to kill these guys and they're going to drop quality level 10 stuff, whether it be signets, green gear, occasional blue gear, potions, pots, and all that good stuff. You get a good amount of AP while doing it as well. So it's a great farm spot to get signets and to get some AP built up. So now that you know what I do, let's go do it a little bit here. See, I barely lost any health there. I'm ready to go right on to the next pack. Getting a little low, but nothing terrible. Right on to the next pack. I'm getting pretty low here now. Might get dangerous. Drop liquidation. Right now I'm getting really low. My health is under 1,000 and blinking red a little bit here or there. So what I'm going to do is run up to this next pack. And I usually pull these three and this group at the same time. Hit my martial discipline, pop a liquidation, and start my regular rotation. And you can see my health is just fine with Bandy at this point. It was quite low coming into this. Full health. Get all my fat loots. More fat loots. Fat loots are good. So when I'm coming out here. Really love the shadow effects here. You see how awesome the shadows look. And the zombies are over here, kind of like doing their zombie thing at the shadow. It can be kind of creepy looking. It's kind of cool. Just forgot my loots. Now you can see my shadows where I'm zombie bashing it over here. It's pretty cool. I got a little, rotation that I go through with what zombies I'm attacking. may notice that I don't use Guts and Glory all that often, or even Liquidation for that matter. Guts and Glory may be able to be replaced with another ability. I've been thinking possibly a dash ability to get between the packs faster. No, to experiment a little bit more with that, see if that comes out any better. Oh, I got a blue. That's awesome. I run past these ones a little bit, because if not, I might pull another guy that's a little bit more powerful. Getting kind of low here. I'm on Martial Discipline. Clear out that whole area of zombies. Run back over here. And start again. And that is pretty much how you, or at least how I farm zombies to get signets, farm up some AP, and make a little bit of money, and get some other stuff going on as well.